The last artist spotlight I did, I spoke about Jim Jones and all the shenanigans he's been partaking in as part of his rollout or post-rollout. A person that caught strays during those shenanigans was the living legend himself, NAS. I felt it was appropriate to highlight Nas in this installment because there may be some folks who haven't discovered Nas or even attempted to tap into his music. With this installment, I'm going to do my best to get you to become a Nas listener. But before I do that, I'm DSP, and this is The Rotation, where every week we flip the record, one review, one artist spotlight. Please be sure to hit the like button, leave a comment with some feedback, and share the video with other hip-hop lovers. Nas debuted with critical acclaim with his first album, Illmatic. He would go on to release 15 projects, whether they were his own albums, collab projects, and greatest hits. That's not counting the albums from the run he's currently on. I just wanted to highlight his relevance within the genre and culture of hip-hop because something Jim Jones kept speaking about was his impact on hip-hop. There's no doubt that Jim Jones made some contributions to the genre, but he didn't impact it like Nas has. As I stated previously, Nas has been releasing music since 1994. Many of those songs during that run still hold up till this day. Nas has influenced many MCs from the likes of Kanye West, J. Cole, and Kendrick Lamar, to name a few. I don't know too many MCs that have said they were influenced by Jim Jones. I don't want this to come off as some sort of hate towards Jim Jones, but the facts have to be stated. Being in the industry and thriving for as long as Nas has been would lead to Billboard entries, but I don't get caught up in that. Billboard numbers has become normalized in the last 20 years. That started when artists began using numbers as a way to insult others who didn't have those numbers. I, personally, never really cared for those stats because I was only worried about how skilled you were at your craft. Billboard entries isn't a metric I use to determine whether an artist is talented or not. Now let's get to the recent run Nas has been on. Back in 2020, he would release King's Disease, which was completely produced by Hit Boy. A good project, but far from a classic. But to hear Nas still writing songs at the level he was writing them at was super impressive. The following year, he would drop two projects. One being King's Disease 2, and the other being Magic, both produced entirely by Hit Boy. King's Disease 2 is another good project that can be looked at as a classic, depending on who you're speaking to. Magic is one of my personal favorites from Nas during this run. It's like him and Hit Boy wanted this project to be darker sonically than King's Disease, and they executed that with perfection. He would go on hiatus for a year, then release 3 projects in 2023. He would go on to release King's Disease 3, Magic 2, and Magic 3. All 3 of these projects had slaps that people can't deny, and the range Nas shown throughout this run shows why he was able to inspire and influence so many artists throughout his career. For all I know, there's probably a young MC right now studying the King's Disease and Magic series to strengthen his pen. With this installment, I hope I was able to get you to see just how legendary Nas truly is. I could go on and discuss how lyrical he is, but you can get that from the latest episode of the podcast. What is Lyricism is out right now on this very channel. Please be sure to tune in and leave your feedback there as well. If you're a fan of hip-hop and lyricism is at the top of your list, Nas is someone you heard about, or both. You've definitely heard his music being played at parks, barbecues, family gatherings, and clubs. Nas's 30-year run cannot be denied and shouldn't be relegated to some other MC who did a little bit. Nas was a force when he debuted, maintained relevance, influenced generations of artists, and is still making music that holds up with today's sound. Jim Jones doesn't even come close when we're comparing the two. Salute to the living legend Nas, and here's hoping he gives another project or 2 before he calls it quit. This has been another installment of The Rotation. I'm DSP, and thanks for watching.